Hello, readers. Welcome to library this week. This week we will be studying our author of the week, Gaia Cornwall. Gaia Cornwall is a new author and illustrator. Let's take a peek. Gaia Cornwall is an author and an illustrator. An author means that she wrote the book, and an illustrator means she drew her own pictures. Gaia started out as a cartoon animator for her first job. Cartoon animators draw pictures, and then after they draw pictures, they're combined to create a show that you've seen on TV or the computer. Soon, Gaia wanted to write her own story. She began just like we began. She used a pen and a piece of paper. After she created her story and the characters that she wanted in her story, then she moved her story onto a digital platform like a computer. Gaia likes to use mixed media in her pictures, which means she likes to take things like ripped papers or ripped magazines. She likes to include them as part of her pictures. She also likes to create these in muted colors. Muted colors are those that are light and not loud and bright. You'll find some colors like light green, light blue, light brown, and light gray in all of her stories. Gail likes to write about hard topics that are sometimes difficult to talk about. Things like fear, what we're afraid of. Things like anxiety, things that make us nervous. And sometimes frustration, things that make us mad or when we can't control our temper. Some of the stories that Gaia has written are some of those that we've seen in the library over the past year. Gaia's first story was Jabari Jumps. Jabari Jumps is about Jabari who is going off the diving board. In this story, she talks about the fear of having to jump from such a high place. Our next story that she writes is called Jabari Tries. Jabari Tries is a story about Jabari trying to fly his invention. Jabari gets frustrated and angry, and he has to learn to deal with his feelings. The next book Gaia wrote was The Unicorn Came to Dinner. As you can see on those people's faces, they seem a little bit anxious or unsure of how to host a unicorn for dinner. And the last story that Gaia is working on is called Best Bed for Me. What's so neat is that Gaia is still in the beginning stages of her fourth book, which means that we get to see an example of her using pencil and paper to create her storyline. Her book is not yet ready to be put onto the computer or to be created into an actual book. Today, we will be focusing on the story Jabari Tries. We will look to see what it's like to get frustrated and overcome when something difficult arises in our life.